Hi everybody. We're going to take a look at an interesting game for the TRS-80 Radio Shack color computer. It's a game called Atom. This is the cover art to the manual, and when you see this, I wonder what you think. The first time I saw it, I thought, hey, must be like some sort of space shooter, because there was lots of space shooters back then. And that maybe if it's not a space shooter, maybe it's something on some sort of shooter on the atomic level. Basically a space shooter microscopic. Well, it's neither of those things, although maybe it's a shooter to a degree. It is a edutainment game. And basically, the gist of the game is that you have an atom and you have flying around, I guess, electrons, and you fire them at the atom to create different atoms on the atomic table. And you slowly build from hydrogen up to number 54, whatever that is, I forget. And then and that's stage one. And then it repeats to stage two. So it's a really interesting game. And we'll take a look at the manual here. There's actually a lot of scientific information. Probably would torture everybody if I went through and read it. So maybe we'll look at some of the really cool pictures and artwork that they had in this one. Okay, here we go. Let's zoom this in a little bit. All right. So they kind of alternate the pages, probably look different when it was in the manual, between science and the game. So I'll leave the science pages up for a minute. You can pause the video and read them. And I'll focus on reading the actual game information. So Atom is a game designed to introduce your child to the exciting subatomic world of elements. The object is to build an atom of each of the 54 elements available in the game as quickly as possible. At the same time, your child will be learning the name of each new element, its atomic number and configuration, and its main property. As the player improves and completes the structures of the atoms, the atoms become more complex and less time is given to construct the next atom. Some more good scientific information. On the title screen, after you press a key to select the background color, you're taken to an area of empty space in which a nucleus of the atom is shown in the center of the screen. The nucleus is the O in the word atom. In the lower right corner, you see a graviton behind a group of bunkers. You use this device, so we're the graviton basically, as a magnet to attract floating electrons to build one atom of an element. The bunkers serve as protection to hide the graviton from exploding atoms. The round number is shown in the upper left of the corner, which are the two reserve gravitons. So that's your lives. A reserve graviton appears behind the lower right bunkers if the graviton you are currently using is destroyed. So that's your respawn area. One assumption which must be made for atom to be scientifically correct is that the nucleus displayed on the screen always contains the appropriate number of protons and neutrons. So the nucleus doesn't really grow in the game. Here's the game screen. More scientific information. This is a great manual. I really like that it had all the actual science in there. What was interesting is in one of the things it said that there was 108 atoms, or 108 elements, which now when you look at the periodic table, I think there's 118. This was made in like 82 or something like that. So we've discovered lots more elements since then. The nucleus is surrounded by two rings of moving dots. The ring closest to the nucleus is an energy level, and your immediate goal is to build the first atom by picking up an electron and shooting it into one of the holes in this energy level ring. The electrons you pick up to create an element are floating outside the rings. After you fire an electron into one hole of the inner ring, you create the simplest element, hydrogen. The outer ring is a barrier ring. It's not an atomic energy level for electrons. If you hit a dot in the outer ring, or an incorrect energy level, the entire atom explodes and destroys the graviton, unless you quickly hide behind a bunker. Be careful when you move the graviton towards a bunker because it can be destroyed by crashing against a bunker. This part tricked me when I first played it, when it said shooting it into one of the holes in this energy. It actually meant the dots, and I was firing it into the nucleus, and nothing was happening. So it took me a little while to figure that out. More science here. You must race against the clock while building atoms. This is defined in nanoseconds. For the first energy level, you have 3.6 nanoseconds, and you must build both a hydrogen and helium atom before time runs out. That's obviously not real nanoseconds, although that would be pretty funny. If you do not complete an energy level in the allotted time, or hit a dot in a ring other than the one next to the barrier ring, the unstable atom explodes. You start over with the first element of that energy level with the original amount of time to try to complete the ring again. Moving your graviton, basically use your joystick. I'll talk about it when I'm in the game, but the control scheme is really weird. It reverses as you're going around the atom, and it makes my brain hurt. It's harder than learning all your periodic table of elements, trying to reverse your control as you're spinning around something. I think that was kind of a bad design decision. If you played this game and you think otherwise, let me know. I'd be curious if you think that it works well for you. It makes sense why they did it, but man, I really struggle with it. I kind of stay on one side because of that. There's the inventor of the periodic table. Building atoms. Now you're ready to start. Press the fire button to start the game and activate the game clock. Move the graviton from behind the bunker towards an electron. Hold down the fire button to grab the electron. You hear a swish noise, and then you shoot it into that inner ring. More science. Hydrogen is element number 1 since it has one electron. It's a non-metal element. So that's how you'll see your periodic table. And you can use your joystick to scan the chart. Although there are 54 elements on the periodic chart of game elements, there are actually 103 elements. Yes, and there is 118 currently, although maybe I should Wikipedia that, but somewhere around there. Close enough. So I think it's really interesting that we've discovered basically 15 new elements since this game was made. And it's 2015. How many will we discover in the next 30 years? Super interesting. After you build an atom of helium, which completes the first energy level, and start the next level, another energy level ring with 8 holes appears between the first energy level and the barrier ring. Your goal is now to create element number 3, lithium, by shooting an electron into the hole in the second energy level. After you complete the second energy level, a new energy level ring appears. So it keeps getting bigger, basically. Altogether, there are 5 energy levels in the game. Each time you complete an energy level, the clock is reset, but you have less time to build atoms to complete the new energy level. Each element you're about to create is shown with the proper number of electrons in the proper arrangement, -1, which you must shoot in an available hole in the next energy level. In the first 2 energy levels, an electron enters a vacant hole in the lowest energy level. After the second energy level, an element does not necessarily fill up the energy level before an electron enters a higher energy level. For example, although argon number 18 through argon number 18, each energy level is filled with the maximum number of possible electrons before the next energy level receives an electron. However, when you get to potassium number 19, although the third energy level can contain up to 18 electrons, potassium's 19th electron enters the fourth energy level. Compare an atom of potassium with only 8 electrons in the third energy level with copper, which has 18 in the third level. Yeah, so the first time I played this, after I read the manual, because I read the science pages as well the first time I read the manual, and I was just like, oh man, I was not ready. And then I couldn't figure it out, but I did get to figure it out. And it would have been funny if I had that recorded for everyone, actually. I should have done that. Rounds of play. When you build an atom for each of the 54 elements, round 1 is finished. Round 2 starts over with level 1. And you must create an atom of hydrogen again. However, round 2 you have less time per level to complete the elements. Alright. Ending a game. When you're finished playing, turn off your television and the computer and remove the cartridge. It's like, thanks. Alright. Boy, they didn't have these instructions. I would have been playing this forever. Manuals from the 80s. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at Atom for the color computer. So 1983. Here we go. And here we go. So moving out my little bunker guy. It has this noise constantly, which I think was another bad design decision. Oops. Just hit my joystick button too fast. Alright. Oops. Okay. Not doing so good here, but hang on. Get it? Oh, I missed it again. So, there we go. Alright, so I made hydrogen, which is a non-metal. And you can see all your periodic elements there. So helium's a noble gas, lithium, beryllium. So you can look at these elements before you even get to those levels. Okay, make another one. Snag these guys. Yep. Okay. Okay, made helium. So we completed the 2 electrons in the inner ring. So they're going to add an additional ring of electrons. And there it is. Again, the first time I played this, I kind of kept shooting it through to the nucleus. Whoa, like that. It doesn't grab them too easily, so I end up clicking really fast and then the joystick button, and then I end up shooting it. And I don't want to. Uh-oh. Hit the outer ring. Oh, and I blew myself up. So this is, the control scheme is weird. Even if I'm holding down, when I get here, it starts to go up, and then it's reversed. It's really weird. So when you hit the outer ring, you destabilize your atom, and it explodes. So you don't want to do that. You can hide behind a bunker, but the controls make it really difficult to get. Okay, well, we'll get behind the bunker. Nope. Let's try it again, see if I can get behind the bunker, just so you can see the explosion. I've actually survived occasionally. Oh, man. Come on, lithium. All right, I'm going to make lithium. Oop. Just blew up. Oh, I'm starting from scratch. It's kind of a bummer. Died too many times. Okay, helium. Yeah, helium. Hydrogen. Alright. Do this real quick. Oh. Man. I have trouble hitting the electron holes, obviously. It doesn't stop me from trying. Wait for that to come back around again. Alright, here we go. Oh, too soon. There we go. Helium. And by golly gee, I'm going to make some lithium for you guys. Okay, here we go. Hey! Lithium. Make some beryllium next. Yep. Alright. Now I'm on a roll. Some beryllium. Some boron. Number 5. some carbon for all those carbon-based units watching this video. Some nitrogen. Some oxygen. Number 8. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can get behind here without blowing up. Oh, man. Oh, we're starting again. Alright. Well, let me hit the outer ring. I want you guys to see that explosion. There we go. So that was a destabilized, exploding atom. And kind of on my last life here. Make some hydrogen, and then maybe I'll kill my guy here for you guys. Or should I keep playing? Oh, actually I was going to say I should keep playing, but there we go. So that is Atom, a 1983 edutainment title for the TRS-80 color computer. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. The control scheme is just, it kills it. It just really kills it. I mean, it doesn't kill it because it's still fun to play, but if they would have kept it consistent for you notice I never went to the left hand side of the screen, and that's because then your direction of up and down reverses. It drives me crazy. It makes it so hard. But the mechanic of grabbing the atoms and trying to wait for the thing and shooting it is pretty entertaining, and you get to learn your elements. If I was going to have my daughter who's not learning her periodic table yet, but to learn the periodic table, I probably wouldn't use this. I'd actually probably make a handmade board game or something to make it more entertaining than this, but it's worth checking out. I think it's actually a pretty fun title, so hope you enjoyed taking a look at Atom. If you had a chance to play this back in the day, please leave some comments. Thanks for watching.